Horse Guy Mike here, going through the undercard races for this Saturday's Kentucky Derby. I'm going through all the races here at Churchill. I'm looking at each individual graded stakes race. Next up, we have the 8th race. This is the Pat Day Mile, going 1 mile on the dirt. It's a one-turn mile. This race is super exciting to me. First of all, because a lot of my Derby hopefuls that I had bet and supported up until this point are all aiming towards this race. So it's exciting to see them get back to what they're good at and hopefully validate some of my early feelings about them. A lot of good options here. A lot of horses going back to what they're good at. So the first horse I want to talk about is Jackie's Warrior. So there was a lot of hype around this horse last year. Went into the Breeders' Cup Juvenile as the heavy favorite. Was undefeated going in. Won the Champagne, won the Hopeful, won the Saratoga Special. All those races coming at a mile or less. Lost badly in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile. Came back this year in the Southwest Stakes. Got a third place finish. Was 8 lengths back. Wasn't even a factor. But really, going back to what it's good at here. As I mentioned earlier, a lot of these horses no longer on the Derby Trail don't need to stretch out to 2 turns, going beyond a mile. They're going back to what they're good at here. So Steve Asmussen, Joel Rosario. Now Rosario's ridden him in every one of his races except for his Maiden Breaker. So clearly Rosario thinks that there's still something in the tank for Jackie's Warrior. I think that he's got a good shot here. Wasn't too impressed by his performance at Oakland, but again, going 2 turns, not really his style. The next horse I want to talk about is Prevalence. This was my number 1 Derby favorite through the entire prep series. I was super excited to see him make his prep debut in the Wood Memorial. Again, not really a two-turn horse as he showed us there. Had that impressive 7 furlong maiden-breaking performance at Gulfstream back in January. Won that race by 8.5 lengths. Came back in an allowance in March. Won that by 3 lengths going easy. Both those speed figures respectable. Had a 94 Brisnet in his first one, 88 Brisnet in his second. Went up to the Wood Memorial at Aqueduct, shipped up there, try to get into the gate at the last minute. That race just broke down across the board. Bourbonic coming in as the winner of that race. No one really sees him as a Derby favorite. So whether it was the pace, the shipping, the 2 turns, something really didn't go well for Prevalence that day. I'm excited to see him go back to his style of being on the lead, going 1 turn at a mile. I think this is a perfect setup for him. He's bred Medaglia d'Oro. I can't say it, sorry. Horse bred for a little bit shorter. We got Gaffleone still on board. I think this will be the perfect setup. Godolphin's doing a great job this year. This will be the perfect spot for this horse. Next up, we've got Dream Shake. This is kind of the Prevalence of out west. This horse beat the big Baffert favorite Bezos in its maiden-breaking debut. Had a huge move off the turn. 6.5 furlong debut back in February. Won easily. Came back, tried 2 different 2-turn races. Had the San Felipe. Got second behind Life is Good and Medina Spirit. 2 very good horses. And then came back for the Santa Anita Derby. Got third there as well, behind Dream Shake and Medina Spirit again. I think this is a really good horse. I don't think it's to that G1, classic distance level that he was trying to go for. I think if we bring him back like the other ones, back to 1-turn miles, a lot of potential here. Very interesting choice. Flavien Pratt's riding. Flavien rode him in the Santa Anita Derby. Joel Rosario rode him in the 2 other races. So Dream Shake's another one that I'm really interested in looking at. The last one I want to bring up is Sittin' on Go, the number 9 horse. And the big reason why is I won money on this horse in Churchill on the Kentucky Derby undercard race last year. Corey Lanery rode this horse in the Iroquois, the G3 Iroquois, and that was a 1-turn mile 1-turn mile on the dirt for 2-year-olds, and it was really impressive, that race. And a lot of us were excited to see if this horse is going to make that step up to kind of the classic distance and Derby prep, and it just failed one race after the other. 9th place in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile, 6th place, 6th place, 7th place, 6th place. It was trying real hard to get into the Derby and just couldn't get there. So it's interesting to see if he's going to have an impressive performance back at Churchill where he won that race, going back to 1-turn mile with Corey Lanery on board. This could be more of his style, could be more of his fit. You're going to get a good price on him because of his recent performances. But getting back to what he's good at, he should have pace to run into with Dreamer's Disease, with Prevalence, with some of the other speed horses setting up quick fractions up front. I think Sitting on Go could be coming home at a good price. I'm going to go with Prevalence on top just because I was so high on this horse all year long that I'm excited to see what he'll do getting back to what he enjoys. I think Jackie's Warrior, you got to play. It's going to be dangerous, again, getting back to what he's good at. Dream Shake and Sitting on Go. Those are going to be my 4 horses this race. Probably box them up top in the Exacta and Trifecta. And I don't think any of the other horses are going to factor too much in here beyond a pace-setting presence. So those are my 4 horses. We'll do Prevalence on top. So we'll go 5 over 8 and 9, and then throw in Jackie's Warrior 3 in there as well for the Trifecta box. All right, this is Horse Guy Mike. Going through the undercard, make sure to follow me at Horse Guy Mike on Twitter. I'll be live tweeting all day on Friday and Saturday for Oaks and Derby coverage. And hit me up, leave some comments below on how you think this race is going to iron out. All right, thank you. Have a wonderful day.